And we back
Back at
in
it
the
again.
saddle again. What episode we on now? 14, ain't we?
Yeah, it should be 14.
Doing it with just me and you.
Crazy.
I'm gonna wait till I make the jokes. I'm gonna wait to make the jokes. You know.
Yeah.
Today's been a good day though. Got to sleep in. Went to the gym. Did a little move.
Yep.
Did the moves come in clutch though?
Little dancey dance.
A little dance. Shooting was fun today.
That was fun. Going
Yeah.
over to Connors and shooting some.
Shot for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Went through a lot of shells.
We went through a lot. Dude.
It was a good time.
It was.
JT showed up.
Dude, JT's horrible. Dude, he might be the worst I've ever seen. I'm not even joking. I'm not exaggerating or anything. I don't know why y'all take him hunting with you. Does he pay for his own shells?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like JT would always be like, "Oh, bro, I shot that." I know I did.
No.
But
Not
bro,
even
dude,
close.
he's like, "Bro, I'm out shooting you today." No, you're not. Like I don't shoot that much, but it's.
Yeah, when we were doing we were both shooting whoever shot first. I was just waiting for him to miss and then I'd shoot.
He was getting so pissed off. He lost it. All right, go again. Lost again. I was like, "Bro, we gotta run that shit back right now.
He's too competitive. He just can't let it go.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about that. I was like, man, if you're just good at what you're trying to be competitive at, you don't have to be so competitive. Like, if you're just just better, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
A lot of it's over pressuring yourself too.
He gets in his own head about it. He
Yeah.
literally said it. He's
Yeah,
like, dude,
bro,
whenever it's the first shot, it's just like I get too tense and I overthink it, and then it's like I miss it, but then like once I start hitting, I'm good. I'm like,
Yeah.
Dude.
Like naturally that, like even when duck hunting, a lot of times, I won't say a lot of times, but like especially like your first volley of ducks, you'll typically miss your first shot just because, but it's weird. Like, so when I shoot, I don't even aim with the bead of the gun. I don't know how you do it or not. Your brain can naturally judge the speed and distance and will carry the gun, lead it naturally.
Dude, I was low-key shooting better when it got dark.
Yeah.
Because I lined up the bead with my shoulder basically, and then I just kind of pointed it.
Yeah. Some people use the bead. A lot of people typically don't. It's just, especially when you use the same gun every time and you know how to shoulder it perfect every time, you can just, your body knows how to judge the distance and speed.
Yeah.
A lot of times too, which will help you too when you're shooting. When you're shooting skeet, you want to follow the shot, pull the trigger, and keep following. And it goes for duck hunting too. When you're following the bird, you want to pull the trigger and continue following. Because if you catch up to the bird and your brain's like shoot, and you stop and shoot, you're gonna be behind it. So that's just a good tip for new people shooting. But it's fun.
Oh, it's so much fun.
And a lot of those skeet shooters, they shoot rounds of 25. They'll go 25 out of 25.
Yeah.
Which is, it's easier if you definitely practice it. I mean, it's just something that you practice. And then once you have practiced it a bunch, then a lot of it's just like a mental game. When you get to 23, 24, then it's all just mental from there.
Yeah.
Because when you get in a rhythm too, it's fun.
You don't even think about it. You just bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
And it's you see it blow up, man. That's the best.
Powder. The best is when you're duck hunting. Some people wear headphones and shit when they duck hunt. We never do. But how you hear every gunshot. When you're duck hunting, you don't hear any of them.
I bet.
It's cool. When you'll have 6-7 guys in an A-frame or a blind or something like that, or layouts, whatever, and then everybody will shoot and you don't hear a single shot. It's pretty sweet. Just locked in. I've seen videos where these dudes will be in layout blinds, and if you're in layout blind, you can't get out. Your feet up to your knees are basically covered. Mm-hmm. And a lot of these people will shoot a goose out of the sky and they'll fall and they'll hit them, dude. It's they can get knocked out that way if you ain't careful, because it's all of 20, 25 pounds, probably 35-pound bird.
Try and catch it.
Yeah, you're looking at 40, 50 yards in the air, at a high shot, and then
that'd be rough.
trying to catch a 30-pounder.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, I don't know if a goose weighs that much. I don't know. I'll look it up. But no, dude, trying to catch a goose.
Maybe on the bigger end.
I don't know.
Because they could be lining up
I know
to fly.
Canadians are. Oh, hey, man, I may be way off. I never weighed a goose before. Canadian goose weigh. I have 14 pounds. So, yeah. Still trying to catch a 14-pound bird out of, like, in between, I would say probably 20 and 30 yards out of that.
It's a cool story, though.
It would be a cool story. Cool story to watch. It'd be something funny to watch.
Yeah.
Like your buddy just getting knocked out. Because a lot of times, like, you'll shoot, and obviously they're going in the air, so they're not dropping straight down. So, like, you'll shoot and then go on to another one, and you don't see the other dive bomb in your ass. Yeah, so it doesn't happen often, but there's definitely times where you shoot, you see it folds up dead, you go to track another one, and this one you get fucking blindsided. Like, yeah, it's fucking... It's like the Japs dive bombing on you, dude. You don't know what's coming. Oh, that's fun time.
So much fun.
Yeah, the crazy ones to shoot. Is the green-winged teal and blue-winged teal and like cinnamon teal, those type of birds. They typically fly like earlier in the day, so like right at daybreak. Mm-hmm. But they fly 30 miles per hour.
Yeah, they're way faster.
And
they're smaller too, aren't they?
Yeah, it's that middle one, the mounted. So like really the body is like 1.5 fist. So trying to shoot those 30 miles per hour side to side is pretty difficult. Like you don't have time to put the bead on the bird and catch up in front of it. That's why a lot, like when you're comfortable with what shotgun you're using, you've been shooting a lot, you just naturally shoulder it, and I don't know, your brain works in weird ways that it knows how to lead a bird that way. But
that makes sense.
Yeah. It's just like when you're playing football or something and you see somebody running and your brain knows how fast you are versus how fast they're running, what angle to pick. But definitely though, if you start thinking about it though, you fuck up easy.
Yeah. The more you start thinking about it, the harder it gets. Yeah.
The more like you try to game plan it, the
100%.
Yeah, the less it works for you. And gym was good today too.
It was.
I haven't touched those 110s since before my show.
That moved good.
Moved good. Set of 8 shoulder press 110s. Those were moved solid. Shoulders definitely felt it after. I mean, that's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight for a little guy.
Yeah, I started struggling too. I think it's my stabilizing muscle. It's like my arm wants to kick back and then just like fall.
Yeah, you get very careful with that. Whenever you're like benching or shoulder pressing or incline, like the danger zone is when your arm is straight out, because like especially like there's so much tension on your collarbone pulling in, just like your rotator cuff, shoulder, and everything, you can blow that thing up, especially I would assume like a lot of people that are like, let's say you're right hand dominant, you're going to blow your left one more than likely, because your muscles aren't as strong or developed, or even your tendons and everything like that.
You know who Cat Williams is?
Yeah.
Comedian?
Yeah.
He did a podcast with Theo on.
Oh, yeah.
He said he blew up both of his rotator cuffs.
Benching?
No.
Oh.
He was doing a push-up contest. He did over 200 push-ups and blew both of his rotator cuffs.
I don't know how. You got to be out of shape to do that.
Oh, he does. He says he doesn't really like lift or work out.
I mean, 200 push-ups, like.
He just naturally stays in like a weight range and like, but he'll like go swimming and like do stuff like that. Like he stays active, but he's not like working out.
Yeah, because I mean, 200 push-ups isn't like a crazy amount. I mean, you do it consecutive. That's very impressive, but that's funny.
I think it was just like
2 minutes. Who can do it? Or like 5 minutes. Who can do the most? Yeah.
Something like that, and then it just, blew both of his rotator cuffs.
A lot of time people are like, oh, this won't happen to me. Like I can just push through it. But it's out of shape, and you'll be surprised how easy you can get hurt if you're out of shape.
It happens a lot with older people. Like, I did this a couple years ago.
Yeah, like
couple years.
The ego in their head's like, you can do it. You can do it.
I've done this 100 times.
You can still jump in the back of the truck.
You can still jump out of the back of the truck.
Yeah,
dude, that scares me now. I don't know what happened, but it was like after like 10 years old, I start thinking about that kind of stuff now.
Well, it's like when you're a little kid, you have like
You're indestructible.
for like 12 years.
Yeah, you're built out of rubber.
Yeah, from like 3 to like 15, you're pretty indestructible. And then like the more you know, the easier it is for you to get hurt.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I seen this video. This little black kid had a Superman cape on, and his dad thought he was just gonna run down the stairs. The kid jumps and just launches himself down the stairs. Just gets up like no big deal. His dad's like, "Yeah, we ain't doing that again." He's like, "Don't let that cape go to your head, okay, boy?" He's like, "Yes, sir." He's like, "Are you hurt?" He's like, "Yeah."
Dude, this is how it was. I just remember like being a kid. Any object I could jump off of, I would just do it.
Yeah.
Not even thinking about it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Dude, I was doing front flips off the top of my bunk bed. Like,
Yeah, dude.
It's dumb. I put like a
remember that.
pillow or two down there and just like jump off.
I remember we had the pool up in Michigan. Dad would sit across and throw footballs, and I would run, do a front flip, and as I'm doing a front flip, I would catch it and then do a front flip into the pool.
Yeah.
I was like, probably like 6 or 7.
Now you start thinking about, what if I slip on the way there?
Yeah, then it's like, and then of course you see all these videos, and it's like, what if I slip and crack my head open on, like, what if I don't jump for, it's like,
You try to flip into it, you don't jump farther enough into the pool and just crack your head on. Yeah.
maybe that's the issue. Like, you always think too much of what could happen, and that holds you back from fully committing.
Yeah, you're not thinking about executing.
Yeah, and 2, you haven't practiced enough
Yeah.
to do whatever the stupid thing you're trying to do. Like, if you practice front flips, and you wouldn't be thinking about it.
Yeah, I low-key wish, like, it's going to sound kind of fruity, but, like, I wish I was in, like, gymnastics.
Huh?
Like, gymnastics as a kid. Just to, like, learn how to do all those flips and stuff.
Dude, whatever that, when they're on the rings and they're, like, holding themselves, like,
Yeah, that's
that'd be
impressive.
sweet.
That's hard.
Talk about blowing out your rotator cuffs, like, that would,
Yeah, but if you start on day one doing
Crazy.
that, like,
you gotta start as a kid. You gotta, like, build your body growing up. Like, we're not too late, but I mean, like, if you're in
we're
your
at
late,
the cusp of it.
yeah, if you're in your late teens and early 20s and you haven't started doing that type of stuff, you're not. It's very hard to catch up to someone that started when they're like 8 years old. Because like
You're not going to be the best, but, like, you could manage to do
yeah,
it.
you'll definitely be better than the average person. But
Yeah.
like if you start when you're young, your body can just like form to whatever you're putting it through as it's growing.
Yeah, that's why I wish when I was a kid, I was just doing more stuff like that.
Yeah, Dad made us go outside, so we were climbing trees and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I played sports and stuff, but I think that kind of stuff was cool.
Yeah.
Just
Best is
pulling a backflip out of your back pocket whenever we want.
that'd be
like,
pretty cool. That I think you could learn. But the whole
Yeah, but,
gymnastics
like-
thing, like doing like double backflips, is crazy.
But right now, you got that mental barrier of
Yeah.
like being scared of laying down on
Yeah.
your neck. If you started when you were a kid, like,
I did backflips on trampoline. That was fun.
yeah, I can do that too. I don't land them every time, but
Dude, the most scary on a trampoline is when it's like a little bit older and like the mesh that goes around the springs is off and you get launching too far and dude. I don't even know how trampolines are allowed anymore. Like, how easy it would be to break your leg.
dude, it happens a lot. Trampolines
Yeah.
is probably like,
So we had like a big net around ours and would look like a basketball hoop on it. And the worst is like when you get like double boosted and you're coming down on the net, like you're half outside the
Yeah.
trampoline, half in. Yeah.
and play popcorn.
Yeah, or you almost fall on one of those, like the post that's holding up the metal post that's holding up the net.
Dude, I did not think when I was little. I was in like 3rd grade, broken arm in a cast, flipping on a trampoline.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
did not care.
Yeah. Yeah, now you're like, okay, no, I shouldn't.
And I
be
was
doing
like,
that.
whoa.
Yeah,
chill out.
chill out, bro, chill out. Yeah. That's why, like, when you're older, like 60s, whatnot, it's super important to work out to keep your body healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Because what it is like you're just growing muscle around your bone to protect it and strengthen it. And if you're not doing that, dude, you're pretty susceptible to
Injury.
damages.
Yeah. And it goes downhill quick. Like my
Yeah.
grandma, like she had that bad fall, and from there, it's just one thing after another.
Yeah, I mean it's like a snowball effect, which is still crazy. Like pretty much up until like you're like late 40s, early 50s, a fall isn't gonna do shit to you.
Yeah.
But like when you're like 75, 80, dude, a fall could be catastrophic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, even like the late 50s, Some of
If
them
you're not
just
in
quit
shape.
moving around. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
it's a big thing.
I mean, like, it goes like the saying, like, you never see an old obese person.
It's true.
Like,
100%.
yeah, that's right. Like, I mean, late 50s, you're probably 150 pounds overweight, dude. There's a good chance that when you fall, dude, your body is not going to be holding that shit up.
That's a saying.
Huh?
I've never heard that saying.
Well, no, I mean, it's more like a fact. I wouldn't say it's a
Now
saying.
that you say that, I'm like, oh yeah,
Like, yeah. Like, you ever think about, have you ever seen, like, a fat 80-year-old?
yeah,
No.
that'd be crazy.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense.
I'll be the first.
Now it's just like your heart can't keep up
Yeah,
that long. I mean, that's a muscle too. And like if the rest of your body's giving out your muscle, I mean, your heart's, you just can't keep up.
yeah they say that like your cells only have like they only regenerate so many times.
I
feel like the fatter you are, the more you're using your cells.
Yeah, a
in
lot
your
of
body.
it too. I'm sure you ain't like, like doing saunas and stuff, especially, yeah. I mean, if you're older, out of shape, do some saunas. Lose a lot of water weight that way and strengthen your heart. Live longer.
Sauna's nice.
Yeah.
It's been great when it's cold outside.
Yeah, a little nippy.
Yeah, that's how I start a lot of my workouts. I sit in there for like 5 to 8 minutes.
It's really good after.
I do it after too.
Yeah, it's really good after. Cold plunging before a workout raises your testosterone.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to do it. Our cold plunge is broken.
I know, it's sad.
Just like one little plastic piece. Couldn't handle the cold like a little pussy.
The cold plunge couldn't hold the cold.
Yeah.
We still got in it though.
Dude,
Breaking up the ice.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty when it was like 1.5 inches thick, going out there and just breaking it, and then I would like break like a little triangle basically and just slip my legs, and then you'd be sitting under a sheet of ice.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I went and grabbed a hammer from the garage and went to town on it.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be a scary feeling, get trapped under ice.
That'd be the worst.
Those people that cold plunge like the middle of a lake are stupid.
Yeah, I think about that every time. I'm like, have you seen the videos of people just jumping in and then they don't come back up?
Yeah, or they're like, they try to swim from like this hole to this hole, and then like you get lost. Like that.
Yeah.
That's overthinking right there. Like you overthink what if, and then you probably shouldn't be doing it. Yeah, that's pretty. The only way to do that smart is like have a rope that's like connected to this hole, and have someone above you walking so you can follow that person and hold the rope.
Yeah.
But even then, if you have to do that just to stay alive, then you probably shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
Like,
Or at least tie a rope to yourself.
Yeah, but like, what are you
And
trying to
something else
prove? Like,
outside.
I swam under the water in a frozen lake.
No, there's
Like, I'm not gonna look at you like
you're not
dude,
getting any extra credit when you go with that.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna be like, dude, you're so badass. Like, dude, you fucking stupid. Like,
You get up there and God's just like, oh, you did that?
yeah,
You're in.
dude, you're in, bro. No, hell no, dude. No, I'm like, you are not gonna watch my kids. Like, dude, you're stupid.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know.
Trying to get extra credit in life. That's crazy.
That's not even extra credit. That's just that's being stupid.
Fake extra credit.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like trying to get a sticker on your paper.
play stupid games, win stupid prizes, dude.
Exactly. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and like after all the people that have died doing that, like it's like, what are you doing?
The people who told you, like, they don't do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you do it anyways.
Like it's not even a sport. It's not even like a competitive thing. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Just go sit in the water. You ain't gotta.
What was that one sport in the Olympics where you
Breakdancing?
ski down a super steep hill and like make a giant jump?
Oh yeah,
They made a movie about it. And
probably.
this guy just wanted to go to the Olympics, but he had no talents at all. He couldn't do anything, or he wasn't impressive enough in anything to make it to the Olympics. So he did that one, and the only reason people don't like it is because they just get fucked up from it.
Oh yeah,
All
Yeah.
the time, breaking bones and
Yeah.
everything.
You want to pause? Come back real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry, quick. You know what we can do with the lamp and the gnome?
What?
Have the lamp turn sideways with the gnome. Take the butt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The cord's turning him. Let's bring him back a little bit.
Bring it back now, y'all. Take the hat off. Take the hat
Take
off.
the hat off? Oh, how was a Sam hair in here? That's
Dude.
insane.
Yeah, this dog.
I wonder how that looks on the camera.
I don't know. We probably shouldn't waste too much time. So the Olympics, the dude jumping and skiing.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the same thing that happened to that girl that was breakdancing.
Yo, that was crazy.
See, but she didn't consider how bad it could go. Like, she fully committed and still.
I don't think anybody was impressed by it.
Was this? No, nobody was. But, like, she thought, like, I'm doing something good.
She's like, oh, I'm killing it.
Yeah, and it was, like, Australia or something like that, which they have good breakdancing, I thought. I don't know. Joe Rogan said so.
I don't know. I didn't watch much of the Olympics. But I did see clips of that.
No, I
Wait,
didn't either.
were the other people good? Do you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like legit, like, spinning on their head and...
Could they just not find anybody else to do it? Don't they train for it?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And they were like, yeah, you're good enough for us to spend thousands of dollars to send you off. And
Yeah, she's an Australian breakdancer.
how did she place?
Hopefully last. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up though. Yeah, that's just Rachel Gunn. Ray Gunn. Dude, you cannot.
No way.
You cannot.
Rachel Reagan?
Well, no, her Rachel Gunn, and then she goes by Ray Gunn.
Oh, that's
Like,
tough.
That's not when you dance like that.
That's so
It's
tough.
like, dude, you have a stupid name.
That's so tough.
What place
Reagan.
did she
Hey, we
get?
should start calling Rachel that.
Oh, goodness.
We gotta start doing that, coming up with nicknames for people.
So she got a combined score out of 54-0. I don't know what that means. How is breakdancing score?
She got 0 out of 54, basically?
Maybe.
54-0?
What is the top score in break dancing in the Olympics? I don't know. This is crazy.
You can tell we both have, like, TikTok brain / reading only the headlines.
Yeah.
Because now we're thinking about it, we just want to know all the little intricate details.
Oh, shit. Gunn, 37, finished an Olympic breakdancing event with a total score of 0.
I want to see her walk off. I want to see her walk off stage.
I hope she probably...
Like, she goes up to her coach.
I would start acting
just
like...
high fives everywhere,
Yeah,
everybody.
dude. If I was her, I'd act like I couldn't walk. I'd be like, dude, I broke my leg while I was dancing, and that's why my
I
performance...
just made it up as I go. Yeah, I'd show up the next day in a cast.
Yeah, dude.
I broke it on the first move, just walking up to the stage. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's impressive, dude. I can't wait till AI gets better.
Does it get paid for going?
Huh?
It's not much, but like...
No, that's what we talked about that before.
So you telling me gamers make more? That's crazy.
Yeah, if you win
That's
gold,
insane.
you get like, I think it's like 40 or 50K. That's it.
That's insane.
How much money? I think a lot of it depends on what sport you're doing.
Yeah.
But like solo sports, but that's why they were doing the enhanced games.
Mm-hmm.
Because the winner of that gets like $1 million. So Olympic committee paid $37.5 for a gold medal, while Hong Kong paid $768,000.
In total?
So
That's what they paid their athletes?
the USOPC, United States Olympic Center, I would assume, pays $37.5 for gold, $22.5 for silver, $15K for bronze.
22.5 for gold?
No, $37.5, $22.5 for silver. So you could be an Olympic athlete. Once every 4 years, you can go perform. And if, and only if, you are the best athlete in the entire world
at that
for this event, you get a outstanding sum of the United States dollars of $37.5. And by the time that, by the time you do another Olympic, that money is probably like worth 5% less than when he won it last time. Isn't that crazy? That's why I really hope
That's
like the enhanced games would be pretty
So
cool.
they make all their money off their sponsorships, basically.
You'd hope so.
Yeah.
You'd almost have to. Like there's like a bodybuilder that's overseas that they wanted, like Nextzilla they call him. Yeah, he couldn't come over here to compete in some of them because his sponsors didn't want to pay for it.
Really?
So yeah, so stuff like that. Like a lot of people, it isn't just like if you win the Olympia, you probably I think get a check for like 150K or something like that. But that's not everything. Most of it's sponsored base, which is huge. But because I mean, like imagine like C-Bum, he makes, let's just say he wins 150K off winning Olympia, but being, Gymshark and Gymshark athlete or whatever, whoever sponsors him makes a shit ton of more money. Like, oh, this is what C-Bum wears. Obviously it's trusted. I'm gonna go buy it.
Well, that's why
gear.
he's got to make content like YouTube and
a lot of them like in your contract, like it's like you have to make X amount of videos and like post us or tag us, or you have to do like drops and like a lot of these like young LA athletes or like you have to do drops and stuff like that with them.
That's all they get paid for winning the biggest event of the year.
Are you talking about like a gold medal?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much?
Well, dude, because like gaming is so much bigger, which isn't. It's crazy.
Yeah, but they also do it multiple times a year. It's not just one tournament in a year, correct?
Well, yeah, just COD, like, for winning first place, they have, like, 4 or 5 majors, or maybe 4 majors, and then, like, champs.
Yeah.
And champs is where they pay out the most, but it's, like, I think last time it was, like, $500,000 to first.
Yeah, well, I also take that back.
To a team of 4.
Winning Mr. Olympia is $400,000, which is good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I mean that's a year-round thing, so it's a cash price of $400,000. So it's definitely off.
But still, compared to the Olympics.
Well, yeah, the Olympics is shit. So like,
how many people watch it and like the ads they're running, like they're definitely making bank off.
That's what the thing. Like the Olympic Committee, granted, like they have to pay for a lot too, and they actually may not because it's probably the city that's being hosted has to cover most of it. So the Olympic Committee is probably
I don't think they pay for much because I bet there's a lot of sponsorships for the event.
Yeah, I would like to run the Olympic Committee.
Bud Lights wants to sell their beer there. Budweiser.
Like you have to pay to be there. Yeah, everybody has to pay to be there. Like,
and then McDonald's wants to send burgers there.
Yeah, like the city probably has to pay or host it to have the Olympics there.
Like they're paying for like locations and like cameras and stuff, and then people that work for them.
Yeah,
I can't think of any other big expenses.
I mean that's fair though for Olympia. Like if you're, winning $400,000 and it's your year-round job, that's good. That's not counting sponsors or anything. That's just winning it.
They held the EWC.
What's that?
The Esports World Cup. I forget how many games they had there, but they gave away over $60 million in cash prizes.
Really? Is it
tournament prizes?
EWC
Esports World Cup.
Is the sports? Oh, esports is the same.
Yeah, they held it in like Saudi Arabia, so they had all that gas money.
Oil money.
All that oil money, boy.
Yeah.
Just throwing it.
Throwing around. That's what. Have you seen them talking about building the wall? That like the city, the wall city or whatever it's called.
Like underground.
Above ground. It's like, I don't know, like 5 miles wide and like 250 miles long. It's like
I think part of it's underground, isn't it?
Not that I seen, but it could be.
The like animated video that I saw was part of it was underground. Like it.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like a canyon with walls on it.
Yeah.
And then like, but it looks freaking sick.
Yeah, I mean, only them are gonna be able to build that.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna throw so much cash at it.
Yeah, one, they have the room, and two,
make it work.
They have the funsies.
I think it was Joe Rogan was talking about how like they basically want to become like the next like tourist destination because they eventually will run out of oil.
Yeah.
So they're trying to find other reasons for people to come there and spend money and then like have cash flow coming through there.
I don't know.
So they don't become a poor country after they lose their most prized possession.
Yeah, I heard this
our biggest
thing
trade.
that like the Earth just makes more oil because like a lot of times like your old drills, you'll run a, like a well dry, and then you'll come back years later and then re-get oil out of that same hole.
Yeah, but how long does that take?
Yeah, but we're not burning that much.
Yeah, but they are spending money.
No. Like, what
You
do
know
you
what I
mean?
mean?
Like, so they're going to get all the oil, let's just say, out of this chunk of land, more oil out of that to run that whole chunk of land dry, and they'll spend more money than what they'll make off that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's... Probably not in our lifetime.
Bro, some of them they're paying people to make rivers in the shape of their names.
Yeah, but I don't think that's that difficult.
It's not difficult, but it's a lot of money.
You get a crane, a bulldozer.
You're bulldozing for like 3 months. And
If
then
you get
you
Mr.
pay for
Maddox
all the
out
movie or all the water to get sent there. All the moving of the
It's
water
not
to get
consuming
sent there
much oil.
to a desert. They got machines there that make it rain.
Yeah, they can. Remember when it broke and it flooded all Dubai? That was hilarious. Like, that's someone's getting.
They're so rich they're controlling the weather.
Yeah, but tell
me they ain't gonna spend their money.
Oh, they're doing. That's where all the trillionaires work.
Yeah.
Elon on paper's the richest man in the world, but he's not. Not even close. He'll be like he'll be the first known trillionaire. I mean, his net worth's like 434 billion.
But I don't know if this was real, but have you seen that video of those like two rich kids arguing in like Dubai or something? Oh, dude, it's so funny. But like, if it's really them, like they're loaded.
Oh,
like one of them was like one of the sons of the richest people in Dubai or something.
No, yeah. There's a lot of rich people don't know. Like, you don't know who they are.
One night, like they started arguing, and the one kid was like, "Do you know who I am?" And he's like, "Do you know who I am?" And he was like, "My dad owns this." And he goes, "This is my dad." And he goes, "Oh, my bad, man." He's like, "Oh, my dad works with your dad. My bad."
Yeah, like, oh shit, they're partners. They own the same thing.
He's like, let's just let it go, man.
It's all fun and games until you meet someone who doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
has nothing to lose. Like if a Dubai kid said that to, like, let's just say an American guy that's homeless, he don't care.
Yeah,
he ain't got nothing to
Isn't
lose.
that scary?
It only works until it doesn't, and that goes with like everything. Like, being loud and boisterous only works until it doesn't.
Yeah. Even then, just some places, no matter how much money you got or like what your social standing is in the world, there's places where that does not matter.
There's a lot of places like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, most of those people only go to comfortable places where they're comfortable.
Yeah.
And when you get, that's almost the best, like, not to be known, when you're not known with that kind of money, so you don't have to really worry about it that much. Like, you just seem like an average Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what, you remember who Ty Lopez is?
Mm-mm.
The, Here in My Garage guy. Have you seen those on like YouTube or anything? So he's like an e-commerce guy who sells like e-commerce courses and like trainings and stuff. And he went super viral because he had this ad. It was like, here in my garage, and he's got a Lamborghini behind him. He's like, I got this Lamborghini, but the most important thing are these books. And then he just like starts running on trying to sell a course. But he's got money, and he was saying that like there's a range of money where it's perfect because you can get rich enough to be really comfortable, and then rich enough but not rich enough for people to want to come after you.
Is that the video?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, with the Lambo on the back.
Yeah. So like you get to a certain point, and then you like your house, the house cleaning ladies will try and sue you over getting injured or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a happy medium.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to a point where I could, if I had like the money to, I could just sit in an investment account and make like 100K a year off that, and that would be easy enough,
Yeah, there's no way I'm going through that much money.
No, or I mean, if you had, let's just say you ran
or
into it,
even have a need for that much more.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: like, a lot of people think a lot of stuff is expensive, but it's really not if you have it paid for. Like, a lot of people get stuck in like the loop of like billing cycles. So just like making payments to stuff.
Yeah, they get late on one, and then interest builds up, and
Not even that, just like, and I think a lot of it stems off with college. So you can't pay college for free. You can go based off scholarships, but if you're just like a normal person wanting to go get a degree, you can't pay college cash. You have to finance it, then pay off that. Does that make sense? So most of your college students, let's say mom and dad's not paying for it like most, they have to finance it, and they have to make payments on it. So after college, they're still making payments on it. Well, you get comfortable making a payment. So right out of college, and you're probably going 4 years, let's just say you get 60 grand, 120 grand in debt to get a degree to go make 60 grand a year at a job. And so right then you get into the hamster wheel of life where now you're running in the circle of you have debt. And then, so you're used to making that payment to college. Well, then what's another payment to a car, right? And then you do that. Well, then what's another payment to, memberships here? Or what's another payment to an apartment? And then you just get in this circle of you think it's normal to make payments. Then you get worried because you're not making enough money to make your payments versus if you just, only got what you could afford or understood that payments aren't always good.
and then paid off your debts.
Right. Then your money can start doing more with less, and then you can make more, do more, So I think that's a huge thing why college doesn't like you just paying. They like you financing, or majority of people financing, because it gets them used to what they're going to do the rest of their life most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. But, I think a lot of people they get a credit card and don't understand how credit cards work.
Yeah.
And they get approved because they just turn 18
Yeah,
or
like
they
a
just
student
turn 20
credit card,
something.
$500, $1,000.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I mean, this is I can use this
it's
whenever.
free money. Yeah.
I'll pay it off next month.
Yeah, or they pay
then-
the minimum, like $25 a month. Yeah.
And then the credit card company raises their balance, and they're like, oh, so I can spend this much, and
Yep.
then they don't make that much.
Yep.
And then the interest really starts building up, especially when you get up to the double digits of
Oh, that's
interest.
what most are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've overheard people talking about yeah, man, I owe $1,500 on my credit card, but that's not too bad. I just
It's really not that bad compared to
compared to a lot of people.
the national average. I think the national average is $6,000 of credit card debt.
What is the average American have
I think.
credit card? Let's see. AI overview. Ooh, you're good, dude.
And most of them are
Average
women too.
American
They get
and
targeted a lot by ads and stuff.
an estimated $6,329 in credit card debt. This is 6% increase from the average of 2023. Damn, that was a 6% increase in 1 year. That's good. I wonder what it was before COVID and after COVID. Here, I'll look that
Makes you
up.
wonder. Yeah.
Yeah,
how
I'll look
big
it
of an
up.
effect COVID had.
Yeah, we'll take a break in a segment. I'll come right back to this. And we back. All right. So what I found out is 2020, the United States debt. I think it should be United States. Was 800 billion nationally, and in 2023 it peaked at 1.13 trillion.
That's insane.
That's crazy. Yeah, so obviously when people were at home and a lot of stuff went to online shopping, a lot of people switched that. Yeah. I don't know. But how I always look at if you have an income source where you're making money off other things and you can understand debt and your money is making more elsewhere, let's just say for a vehicle, you prefer to lease or finance a car, and let's just say your interest rates 3.5%, which we haven't seen that since pre-COVID. Let's just say 4%, and you have a money sitting in a CD or high yield savings account or a trust or treasury, whatever, and it's making 6%. Well, that makes sense if you can afford that payment to make that payment on the vehicle, and your money, instead of let's say buying a $100,000 car, it'd make more sense to pay 4% interest on that if you can afford that payment, and then keep your $100,000 in like a high yield savings account at 6%,
Yeah.
right? Because you're making an extra 2%, which theoretically year to year, you know, your money, you know, kind of goes down in value like 2 or 3%. So that's probably the smarter way of doing it. But a lot of people don't understand a lot of people think like, oh, I can make that payment, I can afford this. You know, that's not the case. You know, if you can, like a lot of times, like if you buy something twice, you can afford it. You know, versus like a car and a house, that's a little different. But I would recommend, if you're going to look at a car, one, it shouldn't be more than what you're making a year. Like if you're making $70,000 a year and you're going to buy a $60,000 car, you probably shouldn't do that. You know, probably not. You know, yet people do. But I don't know. There's a bunch of different opinions and different ways of doing it. I was always raised like cash is the best way to do it. So if a bad month occurs or you have a lot of outgoing bills and stuff like that, it's easier not to have to worry about making a car payment on like the 18th of the month if it's already paid for, you know.
Yep, 100%.
Because on top of that, like a lot of people don't understand, like when you go to buy a car, especially first-time car buyers, they're like, oh, my limit's $400, and they really love the car, and they agree to buy the car at like $500 because that's where their credit allows their interest rate, the car, whatever. Well, on top of that, they have their insurance to pay for too. You know, it's another couple $100 a month that a lot of people don't account for. You know, if you're going from, you know, a Toyota Corolla up to, let's just say, a Mercedes C300, your insurance is going to jump quite a bit, you know, going from a Toyota to a Mercedes. So, like, a lot of people don't understand stuff like that, which, I don't know. I've always loved money management and understanding it to the best, you know, keep learning about it. And then saving too, that's a huge thing. Saving money isn't always the best thing to do long term, but you also have to start saving to start being able to make money. Because the easiest way to make money is with money, but you gotta have money to start to make money with your money. You know, if you got 10 grand in the bank and you're trying to, you know, get rich, that's not gonna work. You know, so starting, like a lot of younger kids, you know, getting out of college, they'll see all these people doing investments and stuff like on Instagram and stuff. That's real, but you're also seeing 100 steps prior that this guy's not showing you that you're going to have to take to even start to become in the same position as that guy is. You know, like you got to save your money, get a foundation under you, then save some more money before, and be able to afford to lose the money if you make a bad decision on investment before you can start investing to start making money, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of risk if you want to jump really quick.
Yeah, I mean, and it takes a lot longer. Well, there's a lot more steps than what people on the internet make it seem like. Like, they make it like, oh, you should never have money in your bank account, should always be invested in it. Yeah, but if you only have $2,000 to your name.
And you're making less than 10%.
Yeah, like if, you know, let's just say like the average American has like $6,000 in the bank account, whatever. You know, you're not going to do anything in the stock market with $6,000.
Yeah,
you
$600 a year.
Yeah. And theoretically, like if you only have $6,000, more than likely you're not the best at money management, or you don't have the most amount of income. You know, understand, like, there's families, there's issues, there's medical bills and whatnot, but like in general, you know, you probably shouldn't take advice of a multi-millionaire on that you should never have money in your savings account. If you
because
like there's different levels to it, and you just got to be able to understand it.
Exactly.
Or at least be able to step back and be like, okay, what's different here? You know, he has $300 million in investments and I have $6,000 or $10,000 in my bank account. Like, there's a little bit of a gap there. But that's why they always say the first million's the hardest to make. Because, you know, really, once you get up to like $100,000 to $200,000 cash, that's when you can start dipping your toe in the bucket and playing around to start making money.
That's what I always thought about, like, if I ever won, like, a lottery or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how I would allocate all that money to different places and investments and barely even touch any of it.
Yeah, I always said I would sit on it for 6 months and do a deep dive on what to do. Because, I mean, the worst thing you could do, one, is tell everybody. because then everybody's gonna be knocking on your door, especially family. And then to like sit there and take your emotions out of it and figure out what the best thing, or talk to somebody that you know who's very wealthy and ask them what they do. You know, like if you win or come into a lump sum of money, you should really sit on it and think about it.
There's a lot that goes into it, especially in like the tax field, because I think my grandpa is a CPA, or he was. He's retired now.
Yeah.
And they've had, and my aunt's a IRS agent, and they've had like conversations about like what it's like to have that much money, or like what it'd be like to win the lottery and have that much money, and how much of it you lose as soon as you win. Just go straight to taxes. How much of it you can give away before you get taxed too much, to where it's not worth it, and like all of that. And like that's probably one of the first people I would tell is my grandpa.
Like,
and I'd be like, how do we use this for the family to like make sure it lasts? And
generational wealth. But like there was this family that won the lottery that they had like a 16 and 20-year-old kid, and they never told them. They just kept it between the husband and wife, because they're like, we don't want our kids just to
be waiters.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
wait for them to die.
Yeah, I mean that was in, you know, that, I mean that's, I'm gonna, you know, when I have kids, I'm gonna teach them very young the meaning of a dollar. And I was very fortunate to have very hardworking parents, but dude, Dad sat me down when I was like 6 years old. He said, "You see this house?" I'm like, yeah. He's like, "This isn't yours. Like, I just want to be very clear. Everything you have is not yours. It's mine, and it's your mom's." He said, "If you want to have this, we'll keep helping you as long as you put in effort." And I didn't understand that till I was 14 or 15 years old. But that's how I want to teach my kids, is that like, if you work hard, no matter if you're not making a bunch of money or not, you know, whether sports, academics, whatever you want to do, as long as you're showing, you know, effort in whatever you enjoy doing, you'll have everything it takes to go to the next level if that's what you want to do. I think that's if you have a lot of money as parents, that's the proper way, or that's one good way to raise your kids, so they're not, you know, think that, oh, I'll just, you know, it's no big deal, mom and dad will buy me another one, you know, or mom and dad will buy me this. Like, it was very clear at a young age, without effort there's no reward, and you're fortunate that your reward's gonna be better than most, but you're also gonna have to put in more effort than most, you know.
That's why I'm glad I started working at a young age too.
Yeah, I mean, it creates character. I mean, it's,
and you also learn how to manage money on a very small scale.
With
very little risk, because you're living with your parents, but like, you just got this paycheck, and then like you're going out to eat, and then it's like, oh, I'm out of money here. Well, I need to watch my spending, and like you can budget with a very small amount without being detrimental to the rest of your life, and you don't have credit cards to bury you in debt or school loans and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's really
a lot of your money management's learned when you're broke, or your income's like where you can't just go out to eat whenever you want and not look at the check. That's like when your money management, your good habits are formed. I believe in like when God blesses someone with a lot of money, that like when it's done the right way, that they will know how to handle it, which I think a lot of times when you learn how to manage, you know, low income money, is then when you are blessed with, you know, a better job, raise, whatever, a lot of money, that you can handle it then, which a lot of people can't. But that's the, you know, devil doing its work, because you may run into a lot of money, but 10 years down the road, you run out. That's how a lot of those lottery people are.
I know, those stories are horrible. Tragic.
Yeah, like what? I'm gonna look that up. It's a high percent of lottery winners.
It's not just them. A lot of athletes, professional athletes.
Yeah.
Are that way, like NBA, NFL players sign multi-million-dollar contracts, and they're broke as soon as they get out, or they get injured. And
dude, that's crazy. So nearly 1/3 of lottery winners eventually go bankrupt within 3 to 5 years. Isn't that crazy?
So that's a lot of money to just burn through in 5 years.
Well, that's just money management too. And then another thing, that's just discipline. Like,
I mean, even if it's just $100 million after taxes and everything, which is a lot of money, but 100%. Like over 5 years, 3 to 5 years, You're telling me they're burning through more than $20 million a year for 5 years? Crazy.
If you do that, you deserve to go bankrupt, I think. I mean, like, God, what a blown opportunity. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we've done 30, 40 minutes on talking about money. I enjoy it, though. Huh?
It's flying.
Time's fly when you have fun.
It is.
Bitcoin's at 95.
Yeah, dipped below today, I think.
The video went down. I guess so. Some Chinese company.
Yeah, that's what
Jack was talking
Jack
about.
was saying. Basically found a way to make a cheaper AI or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my money in U.S. based company.
Now's a good time to buy the dip.
Yeah, I'm leaving it in there. It's I have faith in the United States company.
Yeah.
There's no videos based on.
Buy the dip.
Yeah.
You got money laying around.
Yeah.
And you really believe in it. And I can definitely see them throwing more money into it and making everything more efficient and becoming better than that company. And as soon as they do, that news comes out, hits the markets.
Yeah.
And you're way better off.
Another thing that, and I don't know if with the amount of increase of technology in the next 4 years, but like that company probably wasn't the best to show how good they are while Trump's in office, because Trump is bringing a lot of companies. Well, that's his plan, to bring a lot of companies back to the United States. So, and I don't know the details, but I would assume that he would rather get AI sourced chips and whatnot from the United States versus China. You know, I know most of our phones are made over there, but whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they open on the market, that company? I don't even know what company it was.
We talked about that AI company.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I never looked into it.
I haven't either. I did hear about it.
You know what's crazy? Before we get distracted, I'll let you look that up.
Okay.
Bitcoin.
I think Ethereum dropped below 3K too.
Trump coin. A lot of people made a lot of money off that whenever he got.
There's a lot of those meme coins people are making bank off of.
We should make a meme coin. It doesn't cost anything to start, I don't think.
A little bit of time and effort, but
Yeah.
you know, we got plenty of that.
We got a guy in the chair.
Got you. Is my headset turned on? I feel like I can't hear any of the sound effects or anything.
Do you want me to turn the sound effects up?
No, my headset.
There you go. Can you hear me?
No.
You can't hear me?
Nope.
Can you hear me now?
Do it again.
Can you hear me now?
No.
There's no way that.
Oh, I hear it a little bit.
Can you not hear yourself when you're talking?
Dude, check this out.
Should we do it between, or should we just?
Yeah, we'll
do it
do it
now?
between.
I can hear myself clear as day, unless you. Maybe the headsets are backwards. Is your headset off? You think?
Yeah, maybe they're backwards.
Is your headset off? Are you hearing zero?
Basically. I can't
Can
tell.
you hear anything now?
Yeah, it's a little bit louder, yeah.
What are you talking about? Let's turn your volume up on your mic then.
Oh, Mike, that's gonna affect the sound to that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You probably broke it again.
There's no way I broke it. It's crazy.
Bro, call me crazy, but
I don't know. We'll fool around with it in between segments. But
you want to turn your mic down just a little bit?
yeah, see, I can't even tell because it's my
Really?
headset's.
Yeah. You've been
Is that
like
better?
eating your microphone all episode.
Really?
Yeah. All right.
How's that?
It's
Good?
It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
All right. I'll try and keep my mic a little farther away.
Dude, we're supposed
My
to be
voice carries
professionals
pretty
by
well.
now.
Yeah. I don't know. It happened in between segments or something. Or when we started filming. But
What do you mean when we started filming? Anyway, keep looking at what you're looking up, dude. People are falling asleep now, I'm sure.
no, they're interested in how we do this. Guaranteed.
I know it seems like it, but we're not perfect.
Yeah.
Pates are imperfect.
It's a Chinese company. It's a good thing for the U.S. company, honestly.
I don't know. Competition's good.
Yeah.
Makes the people that are going to do the best become better. So,
Yeah.
What I do want to talk about is we hit 100 subscribers.
That's crazy.
That's crazy,
Triple
dude.
digits, baby.
And what, 3 months? Pretty good.
Yeah, basically 3 months.
Consistency. The algorithm on YouTube is crazy. Like with the shorts and stuff like that. Like we'll go like 300, 400, 500 views and then like no views or 3 views. Like it's just weird.
And then one will pop off like 5 days later too.
Yeah, like and there's no like rule book or like written thing, and you can do all the research you want on how the algorithm works, but it changes all the time. Like what people are seeing, but like it's generally more like the more interaction you have, like likes, comments, and everything like that, or shares especially, gets you more, because the reason for all algorithms is just to keep the user on the app longer, So if people are sharing or liking something more, same thing. They're going to try to get in front of more people to keep them on. So that was a big thing, though, hitting 100 sub sandwiches.
I'm actually really surprised.
What?
That we hit 100.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Like this quickly.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that we hit it, but like the fashion in which we did.
Yeah, a lot of it's word of mouth, too.
Word of mouth, talking to people, putting it up on your story.
Yeah.
And
Coming
then-
from episode 1 to now, it's so much easier, better.
It is pretty cool, walking around and people are like, how's the pod going?
That's what I'm saying. They're like, bro, I'm just finishing it. Like, that's cool. It's gonna be cool, and like we don't know somebody, and that happens.
Yeah.
What's really crazy is like we live together and talk all week long, and we sat down, and it took us an hour until we talked about one topic that we planned to, which is Bitcoin, the episode. That's the cool part. Like, I don't know. But I also train that every day whenever I talk to customers and I don't know who the fuck you are. I always start with, man, it's pretty cold out or pretty warm out.
Yeah.
And then, after what you say after that's how I know how to direct the conversation, whether it's talk about hunting or cars or what are you driving, that type of thing, So, I don't know. Bullshit artist.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You're so good at it, too.
It's fun.
No, it's not.
It's so exciting. It's so exciting.
on a different level.
I love saying stuff that make people think like 2 minutes later they're like, oh, what he said wasn't nice. Those are my favorite. I get
those
that
are
from
good.
my dad. I get that from my dad, dude.
Yeah, you do those pretty well.
Yeah.
You got me last night. You said something like, I don't remember.
You were.
I'm not gonna say it, but like,
Do you remember what it was?
sort of, but not really. Not good enough to leave context and then the conversation.
Oh, well,
But basically,
well-
you said something, and then like I was in the middle of doing something. In the back of my head, I was like, gears were shifting, like thinking about what you said.
And it clicked.
And while I was trying to do one thing, and I was like, dude, that was messed up. What did you just say? They're just so low key. They hang under the level of like noticing it until
That's the best. I mean, that's the
you
best.
find a second to think about it.
Yeah. We'll take a little pause and be right back.
All right.
We figured out what my joke was.
Oh, yeah,
Should we
yeah,
say-
yeah.
And once again, it's just a joke. I'm still going to get backlash on this from my boss, but we were in the kitchen and the laundry does like a little song whenever it gets done. And I looked at Pate. I said, oh, I think Surya's ears must be ringing. And the joke's because when someone says your name, your ears ring, and then,
Yeah, and like 30 seconds prior, you were like, can you send me so-and-so's number? And I was like, yeah, I can do that. And I was trying to figure, I was like finding their name and like reading, and you said that in the background, and then I started sending it, and then after I sent it, I like sat there for half a second. I was like, oh, dude. Oh my gosh. She just called it straight for no reason.
I don't know, dude. I get that from my dad. Like, I don't know.
That's a good excuse. Dude, anytime my dad says I do something like messed up, he's like, dude,
I get it from
you're retarded. I'm like, where do you think I get it from? Just blame it on him. I'm like, it's your fault.
Your son.
You're part of like me bringing up in the world.
I
So
know.
like,
Yeah.
you got a problem with it. Like,
I'm
go to
as
the
good as
manufacturer.
I'm as good as the job that you did. So, yeah.
I'm a product of your actions. Okay?
Right. Did want to go over episode 20. 90% of podcasters quit by episode 20.
90%.
Yeah, we're gonna be in the top 10% here shortly. This is episode 14.
6 episodes away from that.
I asked away. Oh, this is what I want to initially talk about. Let me whip up my phone. Oh, by the way, if you're on Facebook Marketplace and you see something you like, don't ask if it's available and never answer again. That pisses me off, dude. It's just a little side note. Dude, I put out like cars and shit on there and everybody's like, this available? Yeah, how can I help you? No answer. I'm like, what are you doing?
Why?
You know the Nobel Peace Prize, right? Mm-hmm. I relearned this the other day. So Alfred Nobel, so he created dynamite, which obviously led to a lot of people dying, right? So he was like pretty much, in his own mind, he had a lot of blood on his hands because he created something that explodes and a lot of people died. So before he died, what he, all the money that he has made, he put it in this fund and then made this, the Nobel Peace Prize a nominee basically. So whenever you think of winning the Nobel Peace Prize, it's a good thing, right? So he like kind of did that to cover up his name of all the, pretty much the article
in the world he created.
Yeah, the article that come out called him the Merchant of Death, you know, because of what he created, killed, you know, it's still technically killing people, what he's made. So in order to cover up kind of his name and leave a better legacy, is he created the Nobel Peace Prize, which literally stemmed, like that whole organization stemmed from someone inventing something that blows things up, basically. You know, which I think is pretty crazy. I learned that the other day, which I thought was pretty fascinating, but
it's not really his fault. In my eyes. I mean, eventually, even if he figured it out and was like, this is too dangerous to put out in the world, somebody else would have figured it out. Because it's basically just a mixture of rocks that you put together, and it blows up.
Yeah.
Somebody else would have figured it out.
Yeah. But, I mean, I just think, like, a lot of people try to do that, like create a new image of themselves that have done, you know, bad, whether this is him doing that's bad or not. But like, I think that's just pretty crazy that like you don't know like how that foundation created was based off someone, you know, the Merchant of Death. I think that was quite wild.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of good things that come out of like explosives like that.
Yeah,
like as far as like mining and stuff like that, like it definitely.
Yeah, I mean it's up to the person's choice to use it for what they want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Control how people are going to use it.
Yeah, I thought that was
just like AI.
That's gonna be a fun one.
A lot of people use it for scandalous stuff now.
Scandalous. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. The AI videos are getting really realistic.
Yeah.
They just haven't nailed down like the hands and eyes yet.
Yeah, I was watching some streamer and he's a pretty popular guy and he was like, "Bro, why are y'all making like AI videos of people kissing? Like it's just so weird." Or like morphing like Sam Sulek, that bodybuilder.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Into him like beating up some lady because she was like asking for a photo.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah.
Like,
the Trump ones go crazy. Stuff. Like when he's like.
Those are kind of cool though.
Yeah, where he's just like walking and like rips off his suit and he's just jacked. I'm like, dude, that looks almost real.
You seen the one at Queso? They did it to Queso. He took his shirt off and he was ripped underneath.
No.
Like he's got the sleeper build.
Yeah, dude. I'm Sundays. I'll get on Instagram, but other than that, I'm 3 weeks of no Instagram.
No.
Yeah.
Except for one day a week.
Yeah, I do it on.
It's a good schedule to be on.
Yeah, I do it. Well, one because Sundays I don't work mental labor, as in like selling cars. I do that the other 6 days, and then it's all physical stuff on Sunday, whether it's cleaning a house, going to the gym, podcasting, you know, doing a moving job. So I kind of give my mind that day. But it's almost like so instant, like I'll have to go change a load of laundry, and then, you know, you lose 20 minutes from scrolling on Instagram, and it just reminds me of like, yeah, like throughout the week, this is why I don't do this, because it's like you're losing so much like profitable time, you know, even if you're not like using that time to make money, just to attempt to learn, like you're going to be so much more ahead than everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, so like you take, like these people that like take the weekends off, like what is there, 150 days that are weekends or whatever. Here, I'll do the math real quick.
100.
It's, yeah.
Well, there's 52 weeks.
Correct.
Two.
Yeah, so 104. So basically people that think like, oh, it's the weekend, I'm not going to work. Well, if you take a year, you know, and you either work one of those days, well, you're working 50 days more than your competitor, you know, so then you stack that on 10 years, well, you're working years more than, you know, your competitors are, let alone if you're working 7 days a week or 6.5 days a week. Like, same thing. Like, if you're, you know, spending 4 hours on Instagram a day scrolling, well, if you just don't do that on your phone and you're using that, like, you're beating your competitors at that. You know, it may not be like a, you know, right away transaction, seeing it getting better, but over time it will, you know, it's going to only further you, you know.
Yeah.
And the last thing you want to do is grow old and just think about all the time you wasted on your phone. Whether you could be trying to, yeah, like my biggest fear is getting old and not being able to afford whatever I wanted, and knowing that if I just worked harder, I could have. Like, if I'm old and I see a Corvette that I want to go buy and I can't afford to do that and I have to worry about it, I've not done my life right.
I love seeing old people in Corvettes.
Makes me happy. It gives me hope. Like one day that's where I'll be at.
Yeah,
like,
that guy works hard.
Yeah.
I like that.
You know, whatever he's done something right, or just fell in the right place. But like, gives me hope, because it's like when I get old, that's what I want. You know, I want to have a nice house. Family doesn't have to worry about anything, and, you know, drive nice cars. You know, but
I think it'll be really interesting to see like our generation when everybody's like 70.
It makes it easy if you have the effort to win.
Yeah.
It makes it very, very easy.
Because I see like a big difference in like the generation coming out of high school now.
It just, man, I truly think it keeps going backwards and backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Just show up
know.
on time and work hard.
I don't know what it is exactly, but like just talking to other people our age and like hearing stories about the younger people they work with now that are just out of high school, and like how clueless they are sometimes and how they act, and it's a big difference.
Yeah, and I thought that too without going to college. It's like I have a 4-year jump to get my life. I'll be 4 years ahead of my competitors once they get out of college. And I believe that's true. Like, and I get if you're a doctor, lawyer, whatever, you'll need a college degree. You know, you'll need much more than that, actually. Yet, if you're just going for a business management degree or an advertising degree, I especially hate people I know that, oh, I'm going for advertising. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah. You know, that is just like, you just wasted 4 years. Granted, you're getting experience too, but I'm also getting experience. Like, in one, it's like, what is your motives? Like, do you want to make the most amount of money, or do you want to be, you know, your family not have to worry about finances ever because you've worked hard and you've created a good foundation? Or if you like payments and stuff like that, well, then yeah, sure, that sacrifice of going to 4 years of college for an experience is worth it. But it wasn't to me. But yeah, I mean, just there's a lot of time throughout the day that if you manage just a little bit different, it'll stack up over time. Like Instagram, scrolling and stuff like that. So
the consistency of doing that is where the money's made.
Yeah, it's just little steps every day. But shoot, anything else? No, well, let's go edit, watch some
COD.
Watch some COD. I gotta make my bed.
Speaking of esports and money being made,
E to the game.
I don't know how much money they're giving away, but it's well over $100,000. That goes to
100K?
first place.
Yeah. Is it already done?
Yeah, it's done right now.
Do you know who won?
I don't know who
tell me.
won.
Okay, good.
I watched the first 2 games of the first 2 maps of the first series.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting.
Oh, let's go check it out. Appreciate everybody watching that made it this far. Like, sub, whatever. Yeah, I appreciate it. So we may have a guest next week. I don't.
Maybe.
May have JT.
Talk about Drew. Maybe JT back on for
probably Drew next week, because Drew's running.
Let him recover.
Yeah. Our buddy Drew that was on a couple episodes, 3 episodes ago, is currently or just finishing his 100-mile run in Texas. So at this time of filming, he'll be done by the time this comes out tomorrow. So
Dude, they chose a great weekend for that.
good for him, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a cool journey watching him grow and on like the YouTube platform.
Yeah,
I'm
watch
glad
what
he-
he achieves. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I'm
a cool
glad-
guy to know.
Yeah, like he's those type of people. The more we grow, are gonna be like the people I love like talking to. Like a lot of people ask on this like podcast, like, oh, what do you guys talk about? Like I never wanted to get like specialized in just like talking about cars or talking about gaming or anything like that. I want to be able to talk about everything, so we get to learn. Like I want to continue learning as much as I
Growing
can.
from the podcast.
Yeah, and when you can like know a person that does a thing, is you can create a better connection of like learning, and then you're not like confined to only talking to people that sell cars or play games. You can talk to, you know, 100-mile runner, a business owner, or, you know, anything else. You know, so that's why we're doing it the way we
Yeah.
are. But
And it's a cool opportunity to step in somebody else's world, especially
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
and
He's an extreme distance runner.
Yeah.
Like that's
yeah,
obviously neither one of us are going to do that or plan on doing that.
no.
And it's just cool to peek into that world for a little bit and
For sure.
ask him some questions that we're interested in
Yeah.
and figure it out.
Yeah, and put phones down for, you know, a couple hours and talk and actually create a real relationship.
Yeah.
So, for sure. So, yeah, we done with this. Appreciate everybody. You good?
I'm great.
All right. Everybody have a good rest of your day.